Well, guys, I decided to do a video talking about my favorite thrash bands, my top 5. My number 1 favorite thrash band, or should I go backwards and do... Nah, I'll just do my favorite thrash band first, because I do this stuff on the fly, so it's kind of interesting what I might say. And, okay. My favorite thrash band, believe it or not, is Annihilator. And I'll tell you why. First of all, Jeff Waters, to me, is the Eddie Van Halen of thrash metal. In my opinion, that's just how I look at him. Annihilator has a lot of records, a lot of albums, and although they can be kind of like the Judas Priest of thrash metal, there's some inconsistencies there. There's some albums that I don't love. But honestly, I can find something to like about every Annihilator album. So there's that. Even like people hate Remains. I don't think Remains is as bad as other people say. That's another day, another topic. But anyway, yeah, Annihilator, the guitar works great. I think Jeff Waters is just an excellent musician all around. He's a great sound engineer. I don't know, just great band. Second, I might go with Megadeth. Although Megadeth, I'm more into like their old stuff, like the classic first 4 albums. But I also like the 90s albums. I actually think that they're good records. Like Euthanasia, Countdown, Euthanasia, and Cryptic Writings, I think, are all good albums for their own right. Now, Risk, not that great. But everything after it, I mean, that's really hit and miss, but at least Megadeth puts out albums still to this day that are good. They might not all be great, but most of them are good. Super Collider, not so much, but most of the other ones are pretty good. Third favorite thrash band, I'm going to say Testament. I don't know what it is about Testament. I discovered them really early. I think I even started listening to Testament before I even started listening to Megadeth, if you can believe that. I like a lot of stuff about Testament. Just the fact that they're the thrash band for me as far as just pure thrash. Like, they don't really go into too much proggy moments or anything. They're just kind of straightforward, to the point thrash metal. But they're really good at it. The Legacy is one of the best thrash albums ever made, in my opinion. And of course the first 4 Testament albums are great. Even their 90s stuff, some of it anyway. I actually think The Ritual, which is like their sellout album, is actually really good. Although they really didn't, sell out. It didn't work, but I like it. Low is good. But anything past Low, I'm kind of iffy about. It's either too death metal-y for my thrash taste, or it's just generic. It's just, I don't know. But classic Testament, heck yeah. Fourth favorite thrash band. Maybe Overkill. Okay, I'm doing this on the spot. I'm probably going to wake up tomorrow and be like, oh, I forgot this band or that band. But I'll probably go with Overkill right now. What is bad is there really to say about Overkill? Lots of great albums, still going strong. They did kind of change their sound to the 90s, but they didn't sell out. They really just kept... They really kind of did more of a groove metal thing, but it really was still super heavy. Like, they never ever softened up their sound, and that's amazing. And they're still going strong to this day. They're still playing thrash. I know there's a new Overkill album coming out here soon, and I'm going to check it out. My only complaint with some modern Overkill is I think a lot of it's starting to sound... don't hate me. But I think a lot of it's starting to sound a little too similar to me. I don't know, and the some of the production styles I don't really like the way all of them sound nowadays, but they're still really good. I still jammed a new Overkill. Good stuff. I mean, you can't ask for a more true thrash band than Overkill. Let's just be honest about that. Well, this next one's going to be tough. I might have to put out something unique here, that a band that most people wouldn't talk about. Is that really how I want to go with this, though? Oh, this is tough. Okay. I like Slayer, but probably not enough at this point in time to put them on my top 5 anymore. Razor I love, but then again, they're kind of a one-dimensional type of thrash band, even though I love them. There's one band from Finland that was around put out like 4 albums. The band is called Stone. And I don't know what it is about this band, but I keep coming back to them. Their music is like real, like their guitar player is really, really freaking good. I don't even know how to say his name. It's like, I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, but but he's very good. It's kind of like Metallica mixed with Annihilator mixed with Megadeth. The only problem with Stone is their singer's not the best. He's like trying to be like a Hetfield type of singer, though it's not the sound of his voice that bothers me. It's his delivery sometimes is a little shaky and all over the place. Like, the dude could have gotten some better control over his vocals, and he'd be so much better. But the music's so good that it makes up for it. Listen to the album No Anesthesia. Oh my gosh, that's such a good album. Gosh, I guess that is going to be part of my top 5 for right now. I know I'm going to forget some other things. You'd probably think I would put some of the German thrash on there. Call me crazy, but I never really was the biggest on the German thrash, even though I like it. I like Creator, I like Sodom, I like Destruction, but for some odd reason, I've never... I don't know how to put this, because I like the bands. I just don't... I just don't go over the moon for them. Like, as far as their whole discography goes, like, there's certain albums I really like. There's some that I just pop in every great once in a while. But, but the bands that I just mentioned, these are bands that I listen to a lot. And I know a lot of them end up being the bigger ones, except for Stone being kind of an underdog. I don't know. I just catch myself wanting to listen to them a lot. There's some really good Polish thrash, too. I don't know. There's a band called Turbo that's pretty good. I don't know. There's a band called Wolf Spider from Poland. A band called Destroyers, even though they got a really goofy singer. It's good stuff, though. But yeah, I don't know. For me, generally, and I could make a video on this sometime, which countries did the best in which genres. I think the Americans had and I don't mean this as an absolute, but for the most part, American thrash is my favorite, although other countries excelled in other things. Like the Great Britain had the new wave of traditional. They pretty much invented the heavy metal. We took it and made it faster. I don't know. I feel like the Europeans, like Germany and Sweden, they took it and they made something more melodic out of it. But yeah, that's just kind of how I look at it. And I'll probably do another video on that too. That might be kind of interesting. But anyway, there's my list. Talk to you later.